Welcome back, World Cup fans. European champion Jurgen Klinsmann is ahead of Alan Shearer and Ronaldo on 6 goals. Jurgen Klinsmann, the tournament's current top goal scorer, on 6 goals, will the Golden Boot come to Germany? Your World Cup quarter-finals. Champions Brazil take on the hosts France. Underdogs Yugoslavia will face England in Marseille. Argentina take on Germany in a rematch of the 1990 final. That's in Saint Denis. And finally, Spain take on Italy in Lyon. Brazil and France won't feature against each other in this year's final as they were fated to do so in the real thing. Tonight serves as a dress rehearsal for their quarter-final encounter in 8 years' time. Brazil were also the defending champions then. But for now, we rewind for nostalgia in knots. World Cup quarter-final number 1. Zinedine Zidane, Dunga trying to catch up. Revanche onto Trezeguet. The man from Monaco gets his 3rd goal of the tournament, and once again, France have scored against the champions Brazil. It's Junior Baiano who buggers off and leaves the Brazilian back door wide open. Carlos is down the wing to Leonardo. It's a deep cross searching for Bebeto, who was offside anyway. Leonardo to Ronaldo, who enters the game for the first time in unflattering fashion. Look at this run from Thuram. Thuram goes untouched. Similar to his heroic equaliser against Croatia in the Real semi-final. Back heel from Ronaldo to find Rivaldo. Fortunately for Fabian, it was straight at him. Deschamps has squared it to Emmanuel Petit. It's a pinger, although a wide one. Rivaldo meets up with Bebeto. Here's Ronaldo, he cuts inside, block. Tapped onto Rivaldo, it's in, but offside, it won't count. Baiano going through Zidane like a bull through a cape. Rivaldo latches onto Ronaldo. It drifts wide. Just over 5 minutes to go for France to enter half-time in the lead against the champions. One more threat from Brazil. Here's Bebeto. Ronaldo saunters on through the French defence. And once again, they catch their attackers offside. Rivaldo gives it away. Zidane destroyed by Dunga. And the captain earns a card that matches his shirt. And sadly for France, Zinedine Zidane looks hurt. This could be a huge blow for the hosts. Corner from Petit. Deschamps has drilled it into the turf. Here comes Denilson. Pings one into Ronaldo. It's missed. Pires. Poor clearance as far as Roberto Carlos. Denilson again. Finds Ronaldo. Brazil are level. Big goal for Brazil. It's a big equaliser that keeps their World Cup defence alive. It's a big goal for Ronaldo because the goal scoring charts features him at the top. It's goal number 6 for number 9. Djorkaeff's delivery is out by Alder. He stops Dunga's volley. Petit off the post. And now Grivac trying to orient himself. Djorkaeff rolls it through to Pires. What a turn. He outdoes Ronaldo. And the shot lacked the power to beat Tafarel. Pires. Brazil can't clear their lines. Trezeguet scoops it into the sky. The foot from Pires fails. France have it back. It's Thierry Henry. And the match winner may present itself here. But Djorkaeff can't do it. One last roll of the dice for Brazil to steal a victory from under the French noses. And Rivaldo forces Barthez into the save of a lifetime. And in the first World Cup quarter-final of 1998, the champions and the hosts will go another 30 minutes in extra time. Well, the last time Brazil went to extra time in the World Cup, they lifted the trophy in California. That's into Petit, lacking the power to bother Tafarel. An uneventful first half of extra time. They need to make it all count in these next 15 minutes to avoid a lottery of penalties. Roberto Carlos territory. Not quite like the free kick scored against France 1 year earlier. An iconic goal, the one that pretty much immortalised Roberto Carlos's free kick style. Ronaldo bursting away from Blanc. He finds Bebeto. Back to Ronaldo. Penalty! Candela carded. And France's World Cup hopes hang in the balance of the penalty taker, which will undoubtedly be Ronaldo. Ronaldo scores! 2 goals with 2 minutes to go from the phenomenon. Brazil always find a way. France are surely out unless there is some late theatrics from the French. Bartes goes the right way, can't reach it. Robert Pires with the last chance and pisses it away. Brazil kick it away, and the World Cup defence remains very much alive for the Seleção. The festival of French football is over for the hosts. England could have been facing the Netherlands, but are they really better off? The Yugoslavians are dark horses in their final World Cup. The Dutch were surprised. England would be wise not to underestimate them. Milosevic has been one of the tournament's surprise prospects, and he nearly swapped roles with Stojkovic, turning into a playmaker. Beckham. Lasso sent in first time. Shearer will be the first to admit wasn't one of his strongest headers. Goals. There is Owen, and once he gets space, he runs away with the ball like he doesn't care. He's like an English flea. Saved by Kral at the near post. Paul Ince, who scored England's first goal here at the Velodrome. Beckham, shot blocked by Stojkovic. Reset is back to Shearer, and Beckham tries to guide it on target. Can't jump high enough. Into the captain, Alan Shearer. Slight Yugoslavian disruption. Shearer has found the bottom corner, and England take the lead in the World Cup quarter-final. They have struck first, just as they have in every one of their World Cup games. Savic gets around Gary Neville, pings in the cross with the outside of his boots to Jugovic. And Yugoslavia demonstrating they are still very much alive. Milicevic, he might be one-on-one with Seaman. Stands its ground. England have Owen, Yugoslavia has Savo Milicevic. England can spring a counter here with Paul Scholes. He has half the pitch to himself. And Owen bursts away from Durovic. Owen straight at Kral. Owen's cross has found Shearer, his strike partner, and Alan Shearer pretty much scored from that exact same position against Tunisia in this stadium on match day 1. And this time, Owen is the provider. That takes the Newcastle striker up to 6 goals. With Scholes, and once again he has a fork in the road to choose from. He goes left to Shearer. Kral is out of position, but he recovers extremely well. Yugoslavia quickly need to get back in this game. Mijatovic goes down. It's going to be a free kick. And Mihalovic hits the outside of the post. Ince retrieves it from Scholes. Owen retrieves it from Ince. And it is the third game, set and match before the first half is even over. England have made 3 investments into a right to face the champions in the World Cup semi-final. Owen with the give and go to Shearer. Back across the face of goal to Owen, and Kral was waiting for the obvious. Milicevic pinged over the top to Kovacevic. And Campbell gets complacent. And this is what can happen. England's defence can get a little too relaxed when they're in front. They learned this the hard way against Colombia. Japan reminded them of their shortcomings, and now Yugoslavia are doing the same. Scholes. Owen finds that little gap for Shearer, and it wipes away any hope of a Yugoslavian dream comeback. It's a hat-trick for the icon. The form of Euro 96 continues here in France. The velodrome's been good to Shearer. England comfortably go through to face Brazil. Arguably the biggest game of the quarter-final stage. Two of the most successful teams in World Cup history. It's a rematch of the final in Rome in 1990. It even has all the allure of a World Cup final in of itself. Argentina versus Germany. First corner of the game taken by Ariel Ortega. Whipped away, Simeone's come out of nowhere. That's nearly a wonder volley. Hosler to Klinsmann. Swings it in without even looking, and Müller thumps it over. Hosler to Klinsmann. Rower taps it onto the post. Turns out to be a very good save. A post coming between Klinsmann and Germany's lead. Bierhoff over the top to Klinsmann is punched out of desperation by Rower. Here's Hosler. Resetting the German attack. It's played into Klinsmann. Back to Hosler. He hits it hurriedly. I don't think he was expecting a return. Veron. Back to Shooter, catching back up. It's cut out. Now here is Helmer. Hamad. Sent over the top to Bierhoff, and he tries to pluck it beyond Rower. What a chance for the golden goal man of 96. Up the line to Müller. Barely fits in the cross. It's flapped out by Rower. Lopez. Simeone wins it back. Back to Studer, brings it down, and it hits his first attempt on goal. Come on. Hosler. Skips away from Veron. Back to Hamad. Not hard enough to sting the gloves of Rower. Simeone. Claudio Lopez drifting away from Burns. Pretty disappointing, expecting him to hit the target from there. Veron races away from Hamad. It's to Simeone. Diego Simeone, look at the footwork from him. He's brought down, back to Studer, carries it on through. He finds the top corner. One way or another, Argentina take the lead over Germany. Just as they did in 1986, the Albiceleste score first against Die Mannschaft. Simeone brought down, penalty waved off. Back to Studer, takes it into his own hands. Schama surrounded by white shirts, and look at this, toying with the Germans. Here comes the cross at long last. Jeremy's to Hamad. 12 minutes to go for Germany. And Bierhoff is wiped out. Penalty kick. 1990 repeats. It's a penalty to the Germans. Klinsmann gets a sensational 7th goal for Germany. And that means the quarter-final will continue. It's not as late as the one in Rome, but Klinsmann, with a little love from the post, finds the net. The Studer brings it into touch. And now look at this, it's Delgado! Surely to win the game! Oh, it's a cruel denial from the goalpost! And if the worst happens to Argentina, that will be a moment that will replay in the nightmares of Cesar Delgado. Germany's lives are saved by a white stick. Jeremy's. Marshall. Come on! And it's not going to be a spectacular match winner that Die Mannschaft might have hoped for. It will be the second quarter-final to go to extra time. Both teams having played through this procedure in the previous round. Batistuta. Delgado, and it's onto Hernan Crespo. He's one-on-one with Köpke, who rushes out. It's against the thighs of the German keeper. Helmer, he's had a hell of a game. Marshall misses. Mars switching the play is kept alive by Matthias, who starred in that final 8 years ago, is nodded into the floor. Matej gets sent in the cross at the far post, and Köpke goes to the ground. Argentina seemingly panic themselves. Simeone off the chest of the German defender, and we will go to a penalty shootout. The semi-final spot up for grabs against either Italy or Spain. Hernan Crespo to take the first one, is down the middle. Ulf Kirsten to equalise for Germany. And it's saved by Rover. Normally notorious at penalty kicks, the Germans are behind. Delgado, can he redeem his miss earlier? And he can't. Marshall to equalise for Germany. He does, slots it as far away from Roa as he can. Ariel Ortega, been a seminal influence in Argentina's performance at the World Cup, scores 2-1 to the Albiceleste. Thomas Hosler draws them level with a powerful hit. Juan Sebastian Veron, yep, buries his penalty. Köpke didn't move. The veteran Lothar Matthias has it saved. And now the eventual villain of the English, Diego Simeone, steps forward. He could put Argentina in the semi-final. If he scores, he does, and they will go through. European champions Germany out of the World Cup. It is now time for your final quarter-final, the Mediterranean Derby. The runners-up of the previous World Cup, three-time champions Italy. They will take on Spain, the underachievers who have their chance to impress us here in Lyon. Morientes rolled through to Luis Enrique. Spain with the first chance. Comfortable save for Pajluka. Vieira intercepted, and here's Albertini. Christian Vieri, he's one-on-one. Zubizarreta stops that one, fails to intercept the tap-in from Roberto Baggio, who has scored on his Italian return. Roberto Baggio has now scored more than half of the goals he did in '94, where Italy were the runners-up. Valiant save from Zubizarreta initially, can't do anything about the follow-up. Here is Raul, he flicks it at Pajluka, but it's not enough. Chiesa, nodded over by Di Baggio. Dino Baggio to Roberto Baggio, and it's saved by Zubizarreta. Oh, there should be a warning stick applied to Roberto Baggio. Guillermo Amor. Raul. There's a lovely drop on the shoulder. That's trademark Raul, but it's saved by Pajluka. Chiesa plots one into Vieri, is tipped over by Zubizarreta. Just a couple of minutes until half time, and it's parried away, and Vieri is wiped out. Penalty to Italy. Aguilera sliding into Vieri as if he was on a skateboard. Baggio tucks it in. It's redemption for the faithful penalty against Brazil 4 years ago. What a hero's return for Roberto Baggio. Maybe the goal that cinches a World Cup semi-final for the Azzurri. Morientes is barging on through. There's a chance to pull one back, and it's soft like a baby skull. Baggio, Guerrero, and it's pumped forward by Dino Baggio. Spanish corner, here we go. Caught comfortably by Pajluka. More edging pass. Morero for a cross. Luis Enrique couldn't direct it on target. Del Piero. Baggio has to go for it by himself. Guerrero. Hierro. And Hierro is marching on through. Has no support. Has to waste a chance completely. Chiesa, little Cruyff turn. Del Piero flicks it up and it's on the turn. Would have surely sealed it. And more. Spain have been poor. One last chance. It's in vain for Spain. Hierro gets around Di Matteo. Hierro. And the strike is parried by Pachluka. It was now or never for Spain. But it's over. Italy will go on through to face Argentina in the second semi-final of the World Cup. Euro 96 top goal scorer Alan Shearer retains his spot at the top with 8. Klinsmann is out, won't contribute further. Ronaldo has 7. Michael Owen, the tournament's breakout youth, is on 5, and Batistuta has found 4. The World Cup quarter-finals are in the record books. Our final 4 reside with world champions Brazil taking on England, who return to Marseille. Argentina are back at the Stade de France. They take on Italy in Saint-Denis. All 4 teams are World Cup winners. Can they add one more star to the badge? So, who do you think will make the final 4? Let me know below in the comments. Which quarterfinal was the most entertaining? The semi-final episode will be live on Wednesday night, with the final taking place on Sunday.